Thanks for clicking! The London and St. Thomas Association of Realtors, LSTAR, has decided to release London's real estate data for the month of July, showing major increases in inventory.
Just a flesh wound.
Indeed, while we didn't get a full report last month, with that being the first month that LSTAR has not released its data on its webpage, this month's report shows sales and prices are dropping. And while some, as predicted, are arguing that we need to look to the fall for a resurgence in Canada's real estate market as the Bank of Canada cuts rates, I took some time to look at affordability in London over the past few years, and as we'll see, affordability is, right now, better than it was when the market was much hotter. And still, buyers aren't biting.
What the f*** is wrong with you?
So what I want to do today is go over London's real estate data for the month of July, take a look at how affordability has changed in London since 2018, and then discuss some implications heading into the fall market. As we'll see today, London's real estate market is in unprecedented waters, and no one knows for sure if the real estate market is going to take off in the next couple of months. We will obviously continue to track London's market on this channel. Click like and subscribe if you want to get those updates, but for now, let's get into this data. Onto the data. First up, the benchmark price. The benchmark price, if you'll remember, that's the price of a home that represents the most popular set of features. And the benchmark price is up since May. In May, the benchmark was $607,100 and is now sitting at $620,600 in July. So the benchmark is up about $13,000 since May, but up only $1,000 since this point in time last year. With that said, we did see a drop in the average price. The average price in May was $652,900, and that's down to $645,137 in July. So that's about a $7,000 decrease in the average price over the past 2 months, but the average is still up about $3,000 from July of 2023. And the median price is falling as well. The median price, that's where half as many homes are sold over that price and half as many are sold under that price. The median price in May was $620,000, and that's down to $606,125 in July. So the median price is down about $14,000 since 2 months ago, but still up about $6,000 from July of 2023. And this brings us to the months of inventory measurement, the MOI, which saw a massive increase in July. The MOI measures how long it would take for London to completely run out of homes for sale if everyone just stopped selling their homes. And the MOI in May was 2.9 and is now sitting at 4.5. So we have a lot more inventory coming to the market, especially relative to that of demand. And with that, we're seeing even more under-ask offers. If we look at the sales to list price ratio, which measures how much over or under asking a home sells, so if a home is listed at $100,000 and sells for $99,000, the SLPR would be 99, and that's moved down as well. The SLPR in May was 99.4, and that's dropped down to 98.5 in July. So, on average, homes are selling for about 1.5% less than their asking price.
So what exactly am I paying you for then?
And finally, the sales to new listing ratio, the SNLR, which tells us the extent to which the market is sitting in the favor of a buyer or a seller, with anything under 40 being indicative of a buyer's market. In London, now, is firmly in the hands of the buyer. The SNLR in May was 46.8 and is now sitting at 38.9. Meaning, once again, finance conditions, home inspections, under ask offers. If your realtor doesn't want to protect your financial interests, doesn't have the skill to make it happen, get another realtor. So we have the benchmark price up about $13,000 since May. We've got the average price down almost $8,000, the median price down about $14,000, home selling for more under asking price, and a massive increase in the amount of relative inventory. And the price drops that we're seeing obviously have a lot to do with the lack of sales that we're seeing in London, sitting at 408 in July. The lowest amount of sales that London's seen in July, save 2022, when the average price crashed $200,000 in at least the past 10 years. And that lack of sales coincides with a surge in new listings, which are at the highest level that they've been in July since 2014. And as a result of the lack of sales and the surge in new listings, London now has a large amount of active listings sitting on the market. 1,843 active listings available, the largest amount available in July since 2015. right before London's market really started to take off. So, London has all of this inventory available, the most that it's seen since July of 2015. Will the decrease in interest rates, the decrease in mortgage rates, be enough to bring buyers back to the fall market?
I got your back, bro. Trust me.
Well, let's take a look at affordability. For this, I used the Canada-wide calculator that I had compiled for a previous video, inputted London's average price going back to 2018, used the average 5-year fixed insured mortgage rate for each month as available on Stats Canada, and came up with the average mortgage payment for each month based off minimum down payment requirements. And just briefly, I don't usually like to use the average price, as the benchmark price gives us a much better snapshot in time of the most representative house being sold, but LSTAR did not release the benchmark price prior to 2021. So we'll stick with the average price, though that does at least give us a good idea of price changes over time. Looking at this chart, we can see that the average monthly payment on the average priced home in London increased steadily heading into 2020, then spiked over the pandemic, and never really changed all that much. In fact, looking at this chart, the maximum payment amount since about February of 2022 appears to hover right between $3,500 and $3,700, even with a $200,000 decrease in the average price.
No, there was no crash.
So, where do we stand right now? The average price currently is $645,000, and if we plug that number into CMHC's mortgage calculator, use a decent 5-year fixed insured mortgage rate of 4.59, we get a mortgage payment of $3,514. That's $200 less than London's previous peak mortgage payment, which came in August of 2023, which was sitting at $3,726. So, as it stands right now, affordability-wise at least, there does appear to be some room between the mortgage payments available right now and the peak mortgage payments of August of 2023. And yet, buyers still aren't biting. As to why, my guess is it's a combination of things. First, prices. Nobody wants to catch a falling knife. And after seeing what happened last year with prices, I think buyers are waiting this out. Second, worries over a recession and the economy in general. Although London's unemployment rate is still below the Ontario average, sitting at 6.2, it's still well up from last year's 4.7. And finally, of course, as we've talked about so many times on this channel, the renewal wave set to hit in 25 and 26. I think there's a lot of would-be buyers who sat out this year who are waiting to see what the renewal wave will bring in 25 and 26. Buyers are continuing to wait this out, even though, as we saw today, there is some room in affordability. There is some room between what the payment is right now and the maximum payment that London has seen 1 year ago. Whether or not high home prices, a weakening economy, and the anticipation of a renewal wave bringing a lot more inventory to the market will be enough to keep home buyers out of the market in the fall remains to be seen. But we will obviously continue to track London's market on this channel. Click like and subscribe if you want to get those updates, but for now, thanks so much for watching.